This just in! Cell phones are now a part of everyday life for students and adults worldwide. But is there a hidden danger that can lead to a loss of focus and eventual,
What? No, this is the Trojan source.
Hello Paradise Valley and welcome to the Trojan Source. I'm Colin Carter and I'm here on another wonderful Friday in Paradise. Now you may ask why I'm so happy when there are so many issues I should be ranting to you about. Well, it's because I have a very exciting school event to plug. Yes, the Trojans of Talent show will be showcasing and judging your abilities on November 12th. Can you capture a crowd for 5-minute intervals? Can you whistle in Spanish? Any and all talents are welcome in several select categories for several select, yet awesome, prizes. Sign up in room 23. Now, before I go on, I have to enforce that I am not only announcing this because I must. No, I do not shamelessly sell out. I simply enjoy the mouth-watering and crisp taste of a delicious Coke Zero. I taste a decline in American obesity with real Coke flavor. Now, let's see how we're doing on time. Oh yes. The world is going to end, society is in ruin, and Mr. Bornshore can sometimes be seen secretly rooting for other teams besides the Steelers. And to top it all off, we're facing a new kind of pandemic in the world today. Yes, you've probably heard of it. It mostly affects those under the age of 65. It can severely interfere with your well-being in class, and it has the initials SF. I am, of course, talking about the technology of cell phones. And on a side note, to all of you iPhone users out there, the iPhone is, in fact, a form of cell phone as well, so this applies to you too. My apologies to the rest of my viewers, but users of Apple products sometimes do not understand that other products exist and accomplish the same basic functions that theirs do. Though there is most likely an app out there that will explain it much better. But what are these magical devices that can keep us in constant contact with our friends and family? Well, from the surface, they appear to be the perfect antisocial, yet social ideal that works out for everyone. But scratch below the surface, and let's just say it isn't covered in your warranty. No, literally. Because beneath the glitz and the glamour that the commercials promise lies a hidden underworld of corporate corruption and a plot to take over the world. How else do you explain the Verizon guy's mysterious band of henchmen following him wherever he goes? Their insidious cult even has their own language and means of communication that is only beginning to be understood by scientists and linguists worldwide. And even after their breakthrough, they still could not formulate the right emoticon to match their calculated joy. So where do we students fit into this puzzle? Well, we now have the ability to see more information than ever before, and yet a smaller drive to understand it. Mostly in place of asking about our friends' whereabouts the following Saturday night. Although I personally don't see the downside in instantaneous information to the extent that we are desensitized of everything else. Roll clip.
KXAN's Aaron Cargill is live at Berkman Elementary School in Round Rock with the results. Aaron.
Leslie and Robert, police have been writing tickets to cell phone users since last Wednesday here in Round Rock. That is when the city equipped every school zone with these warning signs. Now, the city have written over more tickets over the last 4 days here in Round Rock than Pflugerville officers handed out in 3 weeks.
So how can I summarize that for my SMS Twitter updates? Let's see. With more resources, more authority, IDK my BFF Jill. In other words,
and I think, the U.S. Constitution guarantees the right to bear arms, but not cell phones, okay? There's nothing in the Constitution about cell phones.
Correct. And schools can barely keep up with all these new devices showing up all over with dangerous-sounding street names like the Dare, Razor, and LXV 7400 series. I'm personally surprised those haven't been banished to Cuba yet. And teachers are left defenseless, abandoned by their old familiar ways in controlling kids that sleep, chew gum, and pretend to be know-it-alls by a new breed of criminals typing away elusively. And by that, I mean staring into their laps in a way that can get them easily caught. There's only one way to fight this kind of cellular warfare we have here, and it's my new program I call Challenge, or Cellular Haste and Lackluster Learning Efforts Noticed Given Education. In my program, we teach students that the best way to fend off that special buzz they get is to just say no, and instead try to remember what it was like to actually talk to friends in class. Of course, it's true that the habit may be hard to kick off right away, which is why we start the hardcore users on a path to recovery with specialized text messages telling them to stop sending text messages. But what about those kids that do it just to defy authority and be cool? Might I suggest reading a book? You have no idea how many social rules you will be breaking ironically for your peers. So students, I'm giving you a final call, a call to action to save our campus from falling into the chaos of wide and open communication. I say this from the standpoint of a student that sees firsthand the torment cell phones can cause when a friend is chuckling at a message and you remain completely oblivious to the joke. Painful. And also, as a closed-circuit TV and minor internet circulation personality, I should be all the news you will ever need. You want campus gossip? Just stay tuned for my Who's Dating Who special during every passing period. It's news only slightly less credible than most news. So students, for the good of mankind, and mostly me, I ask you to drop your calls before your dignity drops you. Coming up, local freshman realizes that dressing himself just like everyone else is not the best way to show off his individuality. For the Trojan Source, I'm Colin Carter. See you next time.